Dr. Nagar also discuss a lot of things. And today I will discuss only the basic concepts which during last 35 to 40 years I have in my very serious concern that earlier statistical tools were captured by social scientists, and nowadays our statistical tools which we are having in a very fundamental concepts or the basic concepts, they are captured by, though I am not against the computer engineers or computer scientists or data analysts, but they are using, for example, Mahalanobis d square, as Dr. Nagar suggested, denoted eponymously Mahalanobis d square, which is a independent of measurement scale. Now, my basic question is that if I want to measure the distance, air distance between Bangalore to Delhi and Delhi to Bangalore, that will be different. Why not the different statistical softwares are using Mahalanobis square instead of using Euclidean distance? And they are all using we have seen. So I am just going to start with the concept of basic statistic, which I want to share for our students who are attending this seminar. Basically, the purpose of statistic is to develop and apply methodology for extracting useful knowledge from both experiments and data. In addition to its fundamental role in data analysis, statistical reasoning is also extremely useful in data collection. And this was the basic idea of Professor R.A. Fisher, who is known as father of statistics. But I always criticize him because I think Adolf Kepler of Belgium person should be the father of statistics, who has developed all such theories 100 years back in the 18th century. My opinion is totally different. Whatever I learned during 1980s when I was a student of BSc1, statistics neither really a science nor a branch of mathematics. It is perhaps best considered as a meta science for dealing with the data collection, analysis, and interpretation. As such, its scope is enormous. Present day, we are using it. It provides much guiding insight in many branches of science and statistics. I am just giving the brief. This word was started from the statista or status, which means a political state. You have heard, we have heard the Shakespeare also use the word statistics in his drama Hamlet. The basic concept of statistics was started by European rulers or Roman empires, who was the first one to establish extensively gather data on the size of the empire's population, geographical area, and wealth. This is during the 20th century, several statisticians are active in developing new technologies, theories, applications of statistics. But nowadays, the availability of electronic computers is certainly a major factor in modern development of statistics. And we are using various tools. But what they are doing, they are changing the basic terminology. For example, one day I heard that there is a concept of stepwise regression. They say hierarchical regression. They have used another terminology, post-fact analysis. Post-fact analysis is nothing but just after t-test, but when we apply the pair t-test. So this means that we statisticians are in the backbenchers, and data scientists or data analysts or the computer scientists are using our basic tools as in the earlier days social scientists did. This is just I also try to add some concept what Professor Mahalanobis did. You will be surprised to know that Professor Balabdis worked also in Tanda of Uttar Pradesh, and this latest I got in ISI when I visited there, and there is a research institute in Lucknow also, that is a Government of India institute. I saw the literature is available in the cane fields. He did a lot of work. He started also research in quantitative linguistic, language planning, linguistic research cell unit in only one room of that time. uh, Indian Statistical Institute was started. He also worked in speech pathology in collaboration with Dr. Kaustik Das, Alaknanda Mitter, and made some contribution to the field of language correction. Now, I just want to suggest at the present scenario, our two types of theoretical statisticians and data scientists are there. What is the difference between the two? Are just one to tell. Theoretical statistician or theoretical statistics is basically traditional approach. You can get a mathematics foundation and then study the pure areas of statistics. This includes sampling and theory, experiments and design, major theory and probability, frequentist and Bayesian inference, mathematical statistics and analysis. These present turn in parallel with modern statistics and mathematics departments. The study would qualify you for doctorate level statistics. While in case of data science, you have to get a firm foundation in statistical inference, statistical modeling, statistical learning, and data mining and statistical analysis. These all get qualified by statistics in the sense that actual data informs the work because data appears in large amounts on modern computers. You should also develop a facility with programming, databases, and artificial intelligence, etc. This collection of course was present the modern development in data sciences. Now some of our students are there. For them, courses which are offered in theoretical statistics are certificate in statistical methods and application, diploma courses in statistics, bachelor's program में Bachelor's of Arts in Statistics, Bachelor of Science, BSc in Statistics, Bachelor of Science, Honors. Some universities offering these courses. Master's courses are also for statistics. Master of Arts in Statistics, Master in Statistics, Master of Science Honors in Statistics. Then doctoral courses also there. Master of Philosophy in Statistics, PhD in Statistics. Now I just give the basic concept for our students. The data science is the new emerging field for our statistics students. What is data analytics and artificial intelligence? I just want to give one my view. With a rise in big data interest in the data analytics rules have shown rapid growth. Schools that are testing how to go to market with artificial intelligence offerings are increasing as well. Coursework covers such topics as natural language processing, NLP, cybernetics, human factors, computing theory, computer science, cognitive psychology, and or engineering. In MS in artificial intelligence, I am just giving some well-known. I am seen, or I have some contacts that in University of Georgia, they are on-campus MS in artificial intelligence, and statistics students are getting this. Same in Columbia University, Micro Master Credential in Artificial Intelligence. This is a full online course. Northeastern University Master of Professional Student in Enterprise Intelligence online course is offering for our statistics students. Graduate certificate in Artificial Intelligence, Stanford University is also offering an online program for our graduate students and the graduate certificate in artificial intelligence. Washington State University is also providing or is offering online program BS in data analytics. MS in data analytics, Marabili University Master of Science in Business Data Analytics online program is there. Peninsula State University Master of Professional Studies in Data Analytics with a concentration in Business Analytics online program is there. Robert Morris University is also one of the university who is offering online program for our statistics student Master of Science in Data Analytics. University of Washington is also have a hybrid program for our students, online as well as offline both. Master of Science in Information Management and concentration in Data Science. It's a great time to be a statistician, which I just have. What I want to say that statisticians is listed among the Bureau of Labor Statistics fastest growing career in 2018, and it's predicted to grow 33% by 2026. During that same period, jobs are only expected to grow by 7.4%. In 2016, the median statistician made over $80,000, much higher than average $50,620. Statistics graduates are even being hired by some companies on a freelance basis. Even if you don't want to pursue a career as a statistician, statistical literacy is becoming a basic skill that can give you a competitive edge in any field. Even talking a single statistic course can give you a basic understanding that can prove invaluable. At the current graduation rate of statistician, that many that are there may not be enough skilled workers to satisfy the need for statistical analysis and data mining skill. To meet the demand, universities are adding new programs in the data sciences and statistics. This just I am showing the status of students that graduate in statistics, same growth of jobs of statistics student over the past year. Just you see, the graph is just ending in up to 2016. Now, what are the duties? We are saying that we are a statistician, we are going a job of data analyst, data scientist in some private organization. We must understand if we are involved this. Collecting and analyzing the data, all such speakers are here. We have studied all these students to design experiments or surveys to collect the required data. These are our duties of as a statistician. Applying statistical methods to solve practical problems in business, science, and other fields. Writing reports and articles of their analysis. Presenting results to client of our authorities. Some of my students say that I am only data analysis. I will analyze the data. I will not do the. I will not write the report. But this is the job that how the data says and what the outcomes of the analysis. So they must be presenting the results to clients or authorities is the very important. Some career areas are ecological, sensors, medical, economics, crime, finance, education, insurance, film engineering, cricket, and these are the various we can have a career as a statisticians or a data analysis are there. And some job titles in these areas are statistician, statistical officer, business analyst, content analyst, professor, lecturer, financial risk analyst, data scientist. Our students will become consultant, biostatistician, econometrician, actuarial analyst, actuaries, market researcher, investment analyst, operation researcher. These are the various job titles where our student can get opportunities. Now, unexploited sectors is also where we use statistics and natural science. This is my suggestion to all our students. You can explore the intersection of statistics and biology in genetics, biometrical data science, or statistical mechanism applied to genetic theory. The last piece suggests a possible relation between the two disciplines. You can explore physics and statistics and study quantum mechanical systems with theoretical statistics to model such particles in a random way and justified space. If you are going in a business field with statistics as a career, you can explore business and statistics in many ways. That include administration and descriptive statistics, inference on financial records, actuarial applications, or financial modeling. The last deals with investment and risk management. If you are involved are interested with the economics, you can explore economics and statistics with the calculus-based econometrics with the addition of uncertainty and apply various statistical learning to economic model. This includes any economic model with agents, financial agreements, and markets, or whole companies, governments, and law. It also includes macroeconomic models with key resources, supply of utilities, agencies, kind of produce or service, public policy, and law to govern transactions, and demand for goods. The latter bases on a market model well regulated by laws and allows for agents and agencies to transact with currency. Any such microeconomics or macroeconomics model presents the structure for economic activity, and with sufficient statistics, organization can support prediction and regulation of high risk. In most of the organizations, either in government or public sector or private sector, we can, or our students, you can take an applied approach focused more on the practice of collaboration with the different disciplines. Or you can take the pure approach and study areas of statistics that overlap with mathematics and the subject in its own right. If you choose the latter, you need to develop a statistic knowing that it only has a few hundred years of learning, and in this sense, its identity has not yet finally realized. The kinds of research you can do in statistics include intersections with applied mathematics and modeling, physical, social, and human systems. Any addition of uncertainty in these kinds of models warrant the use and application of theoretical statistics as interpreted in the relevant domain. Now, at the present scene, the data science opportunities are new vistas of opportunities during the COVID-19 era. It's no secret that COVID-19 crisis has taken the entire world by storm, pushing world economies into lockdown, global businesses into a screeching halt. This has been widely seen as the worst global economic fallout since the Great Depression of the 1930s. The unprecedented COVID-19 outbreaks have deeply affected lives of millions across the world. Situation is no different in India as well. battered by COVID-19 lockdown, more than 100 million jobs in India are in the firing line. While industries like aviation, travel, hospitality are the worst hit. Mayhem looks imminent in other industries also, from automobiles to retail, IT to software to pharma to handicraft, media to mobile phones. The unfathomable COVID-19 pandemic has sent the Indian economy into a tailspin, kick-starting a spate of layoffs, pay cuts, and furloughs. In the backdrop of business uncertainty, em- emanating from the crisis, a large number of companies signing campus job offers and frozen hiring activity. Hiring activity in India witnessed a decline of 62% in April 2020. Nevertheless, experts opine that despite the bleak job market scenario amid and post COVID-19 crisis, there will be no looking back for data driven jobs. The good news is the demand data science skills. As rightly quoted by Albert Einstein, which I remember I just got, in the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity. COVID-19 crisis is opening up new vistas of opportunities in the data science domain. The outbreak COVID-19 pandemic is creating large volumes of data, which is spurring interest in data science. With its ability to analyze heaps of data and resolve societal problems efficiently and swiftly, data science has been playing a crucial role in the battle against the COVID-19 pandemic. Statisticians have been assisting governments, not assigning, assisting governments and organizations in tracking the spread of pandemic, assimilating trends, and extracting insight to guide through the entire life cycle of pandemic. Demand for data science jobs has been booming in the last few years and skyrocketed in 2019, and then trend is likely to continue even in the wake of this global pandemic with the advent of more extensive data. Emerging technologies, including data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, are playing a vital role to enabling businesses take revolutionary leap forward. Given the data science emerged the fastest growing skill in the technology sector, there is a huge demand for professionals with data science skills. The COVID-19 pandemic has further exacerbated opportunities in this field. Nevertheless, as the availability of such skilled professionals are scarce, Times TSW endeavored to reduce the demand-supply gap by creating equipped and expert data scientists out of young professionals. Why is big data important? I am just why what makes big data so important? There are three aspects: business intelligence, innovation, and lower cost ownership. What does business intelligence mean? Business intelligence coined to describe ingestion, analysis, and application of big data for the benefit of an organization. Business intelligence is a critical weapon in the fight for the modern market. By charting and predicting activity, challenging points business intelligence puts in an organization, big data to work on behalf of its product. What do you mean by innovation? Innovation, by analyzing a periscope level view of varied interaction patterns and anomalies taking place within an industry and market. Big data is used to drive new creative products and tools to market. Lowered cost of ownership. If a penny saved is a penny earned, then big data brings the potential to earn lots of pennies. IT professionals measure operations not by the price tag on equipment but on a variety of factors, including annual contracts, licensing, and personal overhead. The insight unearthed from big data operations can quickly crystallize where resources are being underutilized and what areas need more attention. Together, this information empowers a manager to keep budget flexible enough to operate in a modern environment. These are the six V's of big data: volume, variety, velocity, veracity, value. And I'm not going to detail, but just giving a few lines. Volume means to develop a plan for the amount of data that will be in a play and how and where it will be housed. Variety, identify all the different sources of data in play in an ecosystem and acquire the right tools for listing. Velocity, again, is speed is critical in modern business. Research and deploy the right technologies to ensure the big data pictures is being developed in as close to real time as possible. Veracity means garbage in, garbage out. So make sure the data is accurate and clean. Value, not all gathered experimental information is of equal importance. So build a big data environment that surfaces actionable business intelligence in easy to understand ways. Virtue, the ethics of big data usage also need to be addressed in the light of all the regulations of data privacy and compliance. Now, I am just giving the Professor Khan use a versatile application of our software. There are so many softwares which are available and are extensively used like SPSS, Statistica, R. Now there are some important which I have seen, that Tableau, Jupyter, TensorFlow, Excel, MATLAB, SAS, इनकी बात हो चुकी है. मतलब we have our previous speakers have discussed a lot of things on MATLAB and Dr. Nagar SAS has discussed, but I just this is the concept of SAS. MATLAB is also, you are familiar with, Excel is familiar. W is a data visualization software. Just I'm using SAS, then MATLAB, Microsoft Excel. W is a data visualization software that is packed with powerful graphics to make interactive visualizations. It is focused on industries working in the field of business intelligence. The most important aspect of Tableau is its ability to interface with databases, spreadsheets, online analytical processing, OLAP, cubes, etc. Along with these features, Tableau has the ability to visualize geographical data and plotting longitudes and latitudes in maps. Jupyter Project Jupyter is an open source tool based on IPython for helping developers in making open source software and experiences interactive computing. It supports multiple languages like Julia, Python, and R. It is a web application tool used for writing live code, visualizations, and presentations. Jupyter is widely popular tool that is designed to address the requirements of data science. It is an interactable environment through which data scientists can perform all of their responsibilities. It is also a powerful tool for storytelling as various presentation features are presented in it. Using Jupyter notebooks, one can perform data cleaning, statistical computation, visualization, and create predictive machine learning models. It is 100% open source and is therefore free of cost. So I would like to suggest or recommend that this software can also be used by our students for their upliftment. There is an online Jupyter environment called Collaboratory, which runs on the cloud and stores the data in Google Drive. One more software, which is a TensorFlow, has become a standard tool for machine learning. Dr. Kulkarni has given a very interesting case studies of machine learning, as well as Dr. Nagar also suggested. This tool or this software TensorFlow has become a standard for machine learning. It is widely used for advanced machine learning algorithms like deep learning. Developers named TensorFlow after tensors, which are multidimensional arrays. It is an open source and even evolving toolkit which is known for its performance and high computational abilities. TensorFlow can run on both GPUs and has recently emerged on more powerful TPU platform. This gives it an unprecedented edge in terms of the processing power of advanced machine learning algorithms. Now, I just want to finish with some challenges which we are facing with and the present scenario and in the data science, that hiring new talent with the required skills. This top the hiring new talent and required skills. This tops the list of challenges as both sectors are grappling with the acute talent shortage. Many statisticians believe that the actual challenge that Indian analytics industries face is the dearth of skills within the workforce. A significant percentage of Indian professionals are not equipped with the required skill set catering to evolving business requirements. There is a need for people who can understand and execute complex analytics projects, posing the right balance of analytics, skills, and business domain knowledge. Companies today are still struggling to build the right team while ensuring the right infrastructure of hardware and software implementation. This is a lack of talent in the market which has the right mix of business, statistical, programming, and knowledge. The second challenge is finding the right data and right data size. I just give two or three lines for this, that it goes without saying that the availability of right data is the most common problem. and plays a crucial role in building the right model. Number of models have been discussed by our previous speakers. Or different organizations are developing models and they are saying that my model is best, my model is best. But this is a challenge. With the large volume and velocity of data, one of the biggest challenges is to be able to make sense of it all to drive profitable business decisions. Too much data can take focus away from actionability and lead to data paralysis. It is important to capture data and correct the noise to make a robust analytical model. Data cleaning is necessary for accuracy of models. Organizations need to ask themselves if they are really equipped to make sense of such large volumes of data, and more importantly, and whether all the data points are going to be utilized. It is important to understand what is critical and what needs to be measured in order to help the organizational decision making. A lot of time, efforts, money are spent on collecting, storing, integrating data sources without first determining how the data will eventually be consumed and by whom. Now, for consolidation of information, all the industries overflowing data that is mostly scattered. In such scenarios, consolidation of information remains one of the biggest challenges as most organizations grapple with leveraging internal data systems. The industry is struggling with collecting data into a single purview to reap maximum benefits. It is important to have a unified view of data while enriching the information with analytics infused data elements. The last but one is which I think educating people about what data can do for them. Despite the importance that analytics and data science technologies have created for themselves, there is still a need to explain the end users about how accumulating and analyzing the right data can be useful. Most analytics leaders believe that it is one of the biggest challenges to educate people about what data can do for them. They have to be attended to ask the right questions so that data can do wonders beyond counting, beyond reporting and aggregating numbers. It remains one of the major challenges to convince traditional companies to move to a data-driven decision-making process. To overcome this, it is important now to provide the right use cases highlighting the impact data analytics and which can on their business. The last is ensuring the security of data. This is our one of the important issue or the main challenge. Analytics is all about handling a huge volume of data and ensuring the security of data that companies are dealing with remains a big challenge. They need to work on ensuring privacy and making data as safe as possible from any wrong use. Now, some major challenges is big data. We have discussed a lot of things by our previous speakers. I also give you a brief concept of big data. Big data, data science, whether buzzword of some moment is. data sets are growing exponentially and doesn't show any sign of slowing down. We need efficient procedures for performing thousands of millions of simultaneous tests on trillions of data points. Right now, the answer is all too often to throw inherently insufficient, that is in computational sense, methods at the data, which I think is a recipe for frustration. Statisticians need to learn to think like computer scientists, not just casual programmers. Number two, a related problem to the above is the case of dimensionality or large P, small n problem. The data may be getting bigger, but the number of samples per experimental unit often isn't. Inferences made from these data sets are very error prone and widely variable between analysis. We need methods that produce reliable and consistent results. And I think the third one is our casual inference. This is the most methodologically exciting field in statistics. A lot of data sets contain enough information to allow us to tease out causal relationship, as Dr. Kulkarni was giving different case studies of Swiggy, Zomato, and other companies. Yeah, so to tease out the causal relationships from purely observational data, and there is a whole lot of observational data out there, much more than experimental data, and there always will be, that is absolutely try for this kind of analysis. This I